question for you, Maddie.
Yeah.
How comfortable are you with semi-nude men?
Very. Very.
That's basically
Very.
what these women said. Very. Bring them on.
Sounds like my type of charter. Although it does kind of make me uncomfortable.
Let me just say this. I totally agree with you, and this is going to sound really prudish and maybe kind of not look like I'm raining on someone's parade. It feels gross when we start sexualizing the men right away.
I agree.
And because if it was women doing that, we would absolutely have a problem with it.
Yeah, which just makes me reminds me, who do you think has the biggest dick on this boat?
Have we talked about that?
No, we haven't. But being that we usually, so I just admit we are hypocrites because we do it.
But there's something, but I think
we also don't do it in person.
It's also different coming from our perspective and being as commenters on it instead of the show doing it or the boat doing it.
You would be, y'all, as sex positive as Poodle is on the podcast, if we were on a boat, especially if it was being filmed, but even just on a boat.
Yeah.
And I asked a crew member or someone to be a male stripper.
I would be all over you about
Poodle, no, you wouldn't be you would be mortified.
That's what I'm saying. I would be.
You would just, if I did that, you would not enjoy it.
I wouldn't.
So embarrassed.
I think it's a quality though of making someone do something that's not their job at all. That we're feeling like we're sexualizing them, and it's not. Like I would have a problem if it was women, but it's sexualizing them in a capacity, and it feels like the people who are enjoying it. It feels like they're the kings, and everyone else is are courtesans. So it's a power dynamic thing.
I think and I think too, it's like on Below Deck, Down Under. Culver enjoys doing this. Too.
Well, he's the first to do it.
Not that it makes it right, but
no one really asked for it.
Storm and Z both aren't looking forward to doing this.
Yeah, and that's not what they want to do. So it's...
And I bet Jason's not doing it. Well, he's in bed, but I bet Jason just flat out said no.
Yeah, there's something about it that doesn't fly with me. It makes me very uncomfortable.
If we're just hypocritical little bitches, then come at us. But it makes me uncomfortable, too.
I can draw a distinction, though, between what I'm saying and then what's sanctioned by the boat.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair for the women on the charter to say, yeah, we'd love to be served this by a half-naked deckhand. It just feels gross.
It does.
Because if you imagine a group of old, great, gross men who says, "Yeah, bring me my cake with a woman in a bikini."
I agree.
Yeah, and I know there's a big difference there with the power dynamic, but the power dynamic is lessened when you have people who are paying for their charter and they're still the man who's working. It's true. Yeah.
Oh, we need to turn on Timey.
Oh yeah.
Who knew we'd go on a rant about...
I'm like, I have a problem with people being sexualized. This is Below Dick, episode season 7, episode 6, Walkie of Shame.
Good name, although it just applied really...
Very much at the end.
It's really probably for next episode, but it didn't really apply to this.
Do we have any announcements? Oh, we have our tour, the Double It tour.
The Double It tour. When is this episode coming out? This episode's coming out today. It comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
tickets are on pre-sale. If you're our Patreon or Supercast member.
Dates have been announced. Go to our Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and you can see
where we're going.
All the dates where we're going. We're trying to be better about not. Our booking manager is coaching us on how not to give it all. So it's not like we're trying to keep a secret. It's just, it's better to have a clean rollout at once. So,
and we're hoping that happens.
We're hoping
this is Monday.
Or we hoping that happened. Hopefully y'all aren't emailing us right now.
We're doing our best. We promise.
We are doing our best. So don't bug me. It's Wednesday. I'm trying to go get a monkeypox vaccine like a good gay person. Anyway, so
like a good gay person. What do good gay people do? Have French bulldogs?
Good gay people, they fuck with the patriarchy. That's what they do.
Okay.
Like they resist and they
I'm not following
and
you.
they help dye their mother's hair when their mother gets older. That's what they do.
All right. Sounds
That's
good.
what they do. So my mother has my vac. I said, Mama, have I been vaccinated? And she pulled up, sent me a picture of my old vaccination book as a baby.
Oh, my mom has mine.
Oh, I guess I keep it. So, I thought that was sweet. Why don't do another announcement?
It's in the strong box in my house.
True. Oh, a strong box?
Or like one of those things, like a fireproof strong
okay.
box. That's what they call them.
Oh, I thought that's what you called just your box. Hey,
No,
boy!
now that's valuable.
Want to see my strong box? It's known to break a few men.
Along with the receipt that they got me with the aliens.
Oh,
sent
yes.
when they bought me from the aliens.
The probe.
Yes.
Also, this is Wednesday, so y'all tomorrow. Oh, never mind. I was going to say come see me at Sean Pulaski's show at Hollywood Improv, but it's sold out.
Oh, it is sold out.
It's sold
That's
out.
Fun.
So
yay!
Sorry, you can't go now.
Oh well.
It was fun. It's
you're going,
fine. You
make
would have
sure to
had to
bring
pay
money.
for chicken strips and a drink anyway, and Poodle would have been pissed. There you go.
I'm just trying to make people aware. That's it.
That's any other announcement. We're tour. I think that's it. Follow y'all. We just hit 20,000 followers on the TikTok.
We went viral again.
Again. We are just got so many viral loads on TikTok. So follow us at Reality Gaze, and yeah, that's it. Let's do it.
Let's jump in.
What's your first tea bag?
So we are real
There's
estate
so many-
people.
yes.
We have a dual birthday, and we want a shirtless deckhand. We want all the water toys out. We want a Studio 54 like birthday party.
I thought they would be more dramatic. They're actually
No, they're
pretty
fine.
calm.
No, the prep sheet made them sound insufferable.
I thought they were.
but they're
Oh.
fine.
Sorry,
Stop
I
flailing.
flail. I do flail, but you flail too.
You flail more for emphasis.
But
and
I hit your Dyson fan.
stop doing it.
Did you ever get that fixed?
No, they have to send me a part, and I need to get on the actual phone with
Just
someone.
go to the store in Century City.
Can we do this off the air? Can you nag me about my
You should
life
go-
off
No,
the air?
The first time I was ever.
We're moving on.
The woman knows us. The woman that works there recognized me as Maddie. So if you go into Poodle in the Dyson store, she'll know you. Get you special treatment.
I don't. Those events, you might enjoy those. When people recognize me in the wild, I get scared.
Oh, I do too, but I'm saying nobody recognizes us for anything. But at the Dyson store, you can get special treatment.
There was a woman in the Starbucks. No, it was the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf in West LA who went Poodle, and I immediately was like, ah! Y'all, if you do see me, speak calmly. Like you would a frightened dog.
You can run up to me screaming and hug me. I don't
no,
care.
No, you can't
I'm
do
fine
that with me.
It is like
No.
you are like a frightened pit bull.
Yeah,
or a
you
frightened,
need to take it
Cocker
easy.
Spaniel.
If you like, oh my God, I just want to say blah blah blah. That's fine. Do not yell because I will feel threatened.
You can come right up me and
I'll
just
bite you.
Flail. I'll have open arms. And I'm not saying one is better. I'm just saying that's how we are.
No, that's how we are.
It's probably better that you are your way. Someone will probably end up shanking me.
Yeah, someone will shoot you.
Like what's his name? Like the
It'll
famous
be
guy who wrote about
Andy Warhol.
Who just got his eye out. Who's Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie.
Rushdie, yeah.
The famous guy who just got his eye out. That would have been an interesting. I think Andy Warhol was a better guess because the woman ran up and shot him.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that about Andy Warhol. That's how he died?
He did not die that way. He was just
Oh.
shot. I like it. You said I didn't know that about Andy Warhol, and it's one of the most famous things about him.
Well,
How much do you know, though? Besides the soup can.
he was gay and soup can. I'm kidding. I know
I'm
about that.
gonna slice your head open.
No, I went to they did the Warhol, they did a little exhibit in LA. I went like 5 months ago. It was great.
But that's the first time you ever saw the soup can?
No, I'd seen that
Okay.
picture before. Yeah.
Just checking.
I don't get it. The soup can. I was like, it's
And this
fine.
has been the art moment.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do the Broadway corner and you'll have Maddie's art moment.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
just be
I
things
like
you
that.
don't get.
That is fine. Yeah, I like it. That's a
You'd
good
have
idea.
to do research, though.
I will. I read the
No,
things
you
when I go
don't.
to the museums. I do. Love a good museum.
Talk about futurism.
Love it.
Neo-futurism.
Sure.
Mannerism.
Sure. I was made fun of a lot for my mannerism.
Anyway, that was my tea bag, is how I thought they were going to be insufferable, and they're actually fine.
Oh, okay. This is my tea bag, but also kind of like, are we foreshadowing a rift between Kyle and Natasha? Because I feel like they talk about them getting along so well, and now there wasn't a lot, but we now see Kyle's moving into Natasha's bunk, which is good because Dave's moving out, so Dave's going to be with Jason, and Jason kind of is like, remember they had a little flare up, and Jason's kind of like, this guy, I think everyone realizes that Dave is not well.
Yeah.
And so they're just kind of treating him with kid gloves.
It seems that way, and it seems like everyone wants to just move on, which this was a lot.
It's just like new day, new dawn,
Yeah.
here we go.
I think they know they have to keep going, but
I mean, that kind of happened like at summer camp. Remember when dramatic things would happen at summer camp? You just kind of go, okay.
for the good of the group, we need to move on.
We've got a job to do.
Yeah.
We're stuck here. We have to just kind of
I guess.
walk on with hope in your heart.
No, that's enough. Your larynx was having a hard time there. Just finish it.
I don't think I can hit it.
You had to clench everything you had.
Woo, that made my butthole twitch. You know, I just saw your neighbor and I said, hey, we just put up a sound curtain so you don't hear us. And he said, I really don't hear you guys. And I said, good. He said, although I love it when you sing, sometimes I sing along with you. So do you think he was just smoking, because he's always smoking a cigar?
I
or
think
something,
he was high as fuck.
just high as fuck, just singing, never walk.
Because he does have a low voice.
Mm-hmm.
He's also has a very loud straight man voice.
He does.
Because we are loud as gay men. And you're thinking, they're like, this is rich. These two queens talking about people being loud. Straight men are the loudest people in the world.
Oh, I disagree.
No, they are very, very loud.
Oh.
They are just so
I
loud.
feel like a blonde woman, a blonde straight woman at a gay club having a bachelorette party is the loudest
different.
person ever.
I'm saying in the real world, straight men, because they don't have to worry about what
They
they
don't.
say, the straight men basically shout when they talk. I promise you.
Notice that.
You will notice it. There is no circumspection because
Well, yeah,
they own every space. Sorry, straight men who listen, we just read you for filth.
But
So
don't sexualize them, y'all.
No. But so straight men who are listening, remember you don't have to shout when you talk.
Yeah. Wow.
I promise you, you will notice it. Straight men just talk very loud.
We're off the rails. What's your next tea bag?
Y'all, don't text your ex because it's called exting.
Oh, I didn't know it was called that.
I just made it up.
Really?
Yes, swear to God.
Someone's never said that before.
Maybe, but I thought of it when I was watching the show last night.
That seems too good that someone didn't say it.
I'm glad you will not. Maybe someone
I'll
did.
give you for
Listen to
audacity.
this.
That was
Listen
great.
to this. I don't know if anyone's ever come up with it. I've never heard it before. So
Okay, I'll give it to you. That just seems, but I mean, that
but
as a compliment.
That just seems too good for a simpleton like me.
Not a simpleton
To have-
that it wasn't said before.
Fine.
But I'm actually complimenting you. That I think that's you don't want.
No, you're not.
I meant to. Exting.
Y'all, exting will get you. The thing about it is, it's you can talk with an ex, especially after you're friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're consistently texting with an ex, it's a bad idea because there's something about it that says desperation.
Well, let's just talk a bit about because I have
Yep.
several tea bags about Tosh.
So what do you?
I like that. By the way, I like that Sandy said I've had about 20 couples on this. Only one made it, but they're being professional.
Here's.
Anyway,
but
what were you going to ask?
She's kind of watching them with a side eye. I think she did that for the camera. But here's the thing, you guys.
Here's
Tosh,
the thing. That is going to be either a title of your book or like your first promotional speaking tour will be
Here's the
Poodle.
thing.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I think someone else uses that, so it's maybe not a good idea.
Well, I gave you that one.
Yeah, thank
Said
you.
you came up with it.
I don't think I came up with that. It's just something I say.
Okay.
But Tosh, it would be okay if she got into that thing got kind of out of this thing with Dave. She can't be without anyone. It is so obvious she's one of these people who cannot be alone.
You know what I wrote?
And
I wrote, it's so clear that she has no idea what she wants except for she doesn't want to be alone.
she doesn't want to be alone. So, y'all, she starts feeling that pain and emptiness inside. So the first thing she does is call her ex, who I believe cheated on her. Because that's why she went with Dave, right? Am I wrong?
Did she?
I thought I
just
remember
her say
hearing say that.
Well, if he did, I think what's important to note, she acts like he didn't do anything wrong.
Yes.
And
She's saying, "Oh, you're. I know. I'll never find anybody better than you."
No, and I just heard I literally was just listening to a podcast too, talking about it was Glennon Doyle,
Yeah.
and her hot wife. God, her wife, is,
Abby.
Whew. I'm attracted.
You're into
I'm
lesbians
attracted
now?
to that. Well, no, I'm attracted. She's just a hot
She is.
woman.
She's very attractive.
Yes, she could peg me till the cows come
And
home.
she would.
She would. Here
Put
for
a ball
it.
gag in your mouth.
Woo! Squall!
And, Ole!
Anyway, but she had a guest on her show, and the woman was talking about she was a therapist author. But anyway, she was talking about the reason she was talking about codependency and stuff like that, and seeing that not being alone. And she said, if that is true that he cheated on her, she said one of the
I think I remember her saying that. That's why she.
No, I agree. I believe you.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But no, it makes sense because she talked about this woman said, a lot of people think when codependent people, that means they're super needy and they want to be with someone all the time, which is Tasha. And she said, I wasn't that way, but the core tenet, because she was talking about that book, Codependent No More. And she said the core kind of tenet of codependency is that you're not letting people experience consequences for their actions.
Yeah, and you can tell.
And I went, wow, that is so if he did cheat on her, she acts like it's completely all her fault.
Well, even with Dave, she said, he's a nice guy and blah, blah, blah. He said those things to me, but he's like, and she kept checking in with him to see how he was feeling.
Whereas he said really shitty things to her, and she couldn't hold him
And
to
she
the
blamed
content
herself.
and hold about, and she blamed herself.
Now, did she facilitate what winded up happening? Yes. Is she responsible for him turning and calling her horrible things, slut and all that stuff? No, that's way beyond.
And they talked about that's a part too of someone. There's usually most of the time in a breakdown, there's a relationship, there's fault with both peoples, but someone who's kind of going through a codependency completely just excuses any fault from the other person.
Yeah. And she was, some other listeners told me this. Tosh was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy would not let it go. About
Really? About what?
He's like, but you wanted to share cabins in his way, but you wanted to share cabins? In a very Andy, why would you want to do that? In his own blamey, judgmental way, which is my least favorite thing about Andy Cohen.
I know.
But
good for him holding her to the fire.
And she basically said, no, we did that because there was no other option. That's not the way it was portrayed on the show. Now, I don't know if that's what actually happened. That's not what we saw on the show. She volunteered that.
Because honestly, it would make sense why not, if you have a woman and a guy who need to room together and there's a gay man on the thing,
Yes.
why not? I did that at summer camp. There was a girl who didn't have a place, and it was like one that they let us room together.
Right. But it was she kind of shut down and just kind of looked down the whole time. It was really, I watched it after she told me, this listener told me about it. It was hard to watch. And she kept kind of making up stuff the whole time. And she basically said, she said that it was that she was kind of driven to be. She said Dave and I were over before the boat.
You did not act like that.
No,
You did not act like that, honey.
and she was kind of rewriting history. It was sad because she's watching it. I'm sure she's watching it now after she went on Watch What Happened Live and having to feel a lot of shame about it. And it's sad. I'm sure she'll probably have to answer for it on the reunion too, and we'll hear another story then, I'm sure. So, yeah, I think it's sad because she seems super capable a lot of times, but I don't think she's going to wind up being a fixture in the community after this, in the Below Deck community. This is, and because everyone was kind of saying, wow, that was a lot to go through, and what a mess this has been, because don't fuck with your chef, y'all. The chef is the reason why seasons work.
It'll be interesting because we haven't really, because a lot of people didn't know. Are you looking at a dick pic?
No, I had 4 texts, so I was wondering if everyone was okay.
Your mother's fine. You can text her back later. Is it just Jaybird, one text, then gah text?
Well, for
sitting
me,
here.
For me, that's Robin. I'm just sitting here.
Just sit here.
No. For me, when I see 4 texts pop up all of a sudden, I wonder if something's okay. Don't you? I swear to God, if you're certain to do that, you're like, oh, my brother's calling me. I'm like, fuck him. We're doing the podcast. So that's what happened from now on.
Well, I just said that whenever my dad was dying of cancer.
Oh, too late. So I guess cancer wins again.
Fake cancer at that.
Yeah. Anyway, so y'all, she's calling the ex,
what'd you think about calling the ex?
crying in Northern English accent. And y'all, and
she's saying that basically she feels like shit. She's a terrible person.
I forgive you. I should be fighting for this. Y'all, it is completely, she's in a really bad place
it's
emotionally.
interesting, too, when she later says, I want to give him another chance because my ex, he's just really happy. He's fun. He likes to go out and party. I went, oh, you're two avoidant people.
Yeah.
Like you just both want to avoid things, so you found your avoidant buddy.
Tosh,
You can't do that forever.
maybe not keep pushing the whole party aspect.
I just think that it makes sense that Dave is the worst person for her to be with, because the worst person for her to be with is somebody who's super anxious, because a lot of times people that are anxious have to, not always, they can be avoidant as well, but it's like Dave is like, I'm so anxious, we have to deal with this now and talk about it and settle it. Otherwise, I can't actually function. But she doesn't want to ever do that.
Yeah.
Y'all, she's going to get back with the ex, and guess what's going to happen in probably a year? They're going to break up again.
No, not even a year.
Because what's going to happen, they'll get back and they're happy, and then when real life stuff comes in and they have to deal with it, one of them's not going to want to deal with it.
This will be done 2 weeks after the charter season ends. I guarantee you when they're back in the same place. This is absence makes the heart grow fonder. 2 weeks after the charter season. What's your next one?
I don't know if I agree with that statement. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I almost feel like absence makes the heart forget.
Oh, for me, it's not the heart grow fonder. It is.
No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing with that saying. I'm kind of like, does it? I feel like, I don't know.
A lot of people, though, are happier in a long distance relationship because it's there, but it's not there right in their face. So a lot of people who are avoidant love those types of relationships because that means they can talk with them, but they're not there to be constantly reminded.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
So for you, absence makes the heart forget. But people like Tosh, no, they're much easier.
What about you?
And I don't like anybody.
Wow.
I forget, and I'm more like who are they? I'm like not if we're in a different zip code, I forget about you.
I guess you're more them getting another boyfriend makes you grow fonder because then you're pissed off.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Then I'm looking at you on Instagram.
Poodle won't want you until he can't.
Going, what does this bitch have that I don't have? I just did that yesterday.
And you liked one of his posts, didn't you?
And I went, no, you can't do that.
You didn't just to remind him that you're there?
No.
You've never done that. Or,
I have done that,
or
but this
sent like a little heart to a story just to be like, hey, I'm here.
No, that's desperate.
Not desperate, but you have you've said before that with you'll be like, you've broken up a few.
No. You're incorrect here. They would say something to me. I would not go out of my way to wave to them because that would be desperate for me.
You wouldn't post like a picture on your Instagram that's a good picture of you?
I would do that, but that's very different than saying hello to them and making the first move.
Okay.
I don't do that.
A complex mind, that poodle, y'all.
No, waving is so desperate.
A complex mind and an easy ass.
That's true.
Can't we all be that?
They all know I'm easy though.
No,
but
be easy.
But no. The thing is, they'll see me somewhere. Well, this is weird. I went to someone's birthday party, and I met someone. And we met it a long time ago, and he slid into my DMs. And said we should go grab a drink sometime.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like looking at his Instagram, and I was like, "Damn, his ex-boyfriend is hot."
So,
I know, but I'm saying that was what I said. I was like, "Well, hell, need to look real good that night." But no, we all of us compare.
No, we do. All of us compare. But I'm your friend. I'm going to remind you that you're beautiful, no matter what they say. Words
don't call me beautiful.
Bring you.
Call me entrancing.
He did not call you entrancing.
No, he did not.
Good though. That's good though.
No, it's nice. It's nice to.
Remember where you were when you first heard Christina Eckstein is beautiful?
God, it's a great song.
I mean, it took you to a place.
Great vocal too.
It is.
What's your next one?
Wait, I'm not done. Is he rich?
No. He's your typical Echo Park Silver Lake guy who makes films.
Oh, God, he has nothing. He has nothing except for what's attractive to you.
Yeah, same old.
What? Has he got a beard? Or scruff?
No.
Neck tattoo?
Tattoos, yes.
Oh, God. God, y'all, we're going to be doing this.
And he was wearing an ironic T-shirt that he bought at Goodwill.
God, y'all.
That's all it takes.
We're never going to do this
said,
show in the studio.
Happy 8th birthday, Noah. And I asked who Noah was. He's like, I don't know. I bought it at Goodwill. And I went, tell me more.
No. He can't afford anything. God.
We'll go to a diner and I'll have to pay.
Y'all, I've got to take this in. We'll be right back.
I can't believe it took us this long to say so. Coco's back!
Coco, I forgot she was Coco.
Coco!
You
can call me Coco. Yo, Courtney's back.
She looks good.
Coco and Daddy. Daddy.
God, I just want her to get drunk again for that reunion.
What did you think when Z couldn't stop laughing when she was back? Do we still think he has a little crush on her?
I think he does, but I think they both have an understanding that it's just that's not where we're going to go.
Yeah. Courtney's back. She's on deck now, you guys, after being interiors last time.
But she's doing interiors because Kyle ends up getting with a bad tooth.
Now.
Which sucks for her, but.
This is interesting. It is interesting. Why do you think Tosh told Natalia to do you think
Oh,
it
you're
was
switching
okay,
teabags. Okay.
for Tosh? Well, I'm just talking.
There wasn't
about
much.
Courtney.
Courtney's back, yeah.
Do you think it was okay for Tosh to tell Natalia go do cabins because I can kind of tell Courtney what to do on service?
I see both sides of it. I see both sides. That I understand where she's coming from, and because we have to remember, we know Courtney, we know
Yeah.
what her work is. She doesn't. So
Right.
if you're looking from a boss perspective, I would want the new person close to me to see.
Yeah.
No, but that said, she's also not in her department, so it kind of doesn't matter.
It felt, but
If she was actual on stew crew,
Yeah.
I'd be all for it. But because A, she's not, and B, Natalia really fucking got into that tablescape and everything and really put a lot of time into that.
This needs to be, and earlier in the same episode, and this was edited well to make Tosh look like she's not in charge of her department because
Which I agree
she
with.
was taking calls. She's like, I'm sorry, this takes his edge, and
Oh, yeah, because Kyle was doing
yes,
things by himself.
so y'all, this was edited to saying there's some issues with Tasha's leadership.
I think I said at the beginning, I don't think she's a great leader.
No, she's very, very capable at her job. She's not a good leader.
She wants to be everyone's friend.
Yeah. I think this was a huge mistake, and I think Natalia doesn't form trust very easily with people.
Because, yes, I would have thought of this. Okay. So, what's better? To honor someone who's on my team
Yeah.
or watch over someone to make sure, I think she should have honored the person on her
Yep.
team. And then if Courtney, like Natalia said, Courtney would have done fine in
Yep.
all the cleanup. But even if she didn't do a good job, then they would have to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
But they would have gone back and fixed it as a team,
I think it's a huge mistake.
and it would have bonded them even more.
Yep.
As
I agree. Totally.
So yeah,
She was trying to make sure her department didn't fuck up, not her personnel. She wasn't thinking of the people first.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that is well. What does Captain Sandy say about being a leader, y'all? You got to think of your people.
You got to think of, it's not just the boat. It's everybody on the boat. It's the bosun. It's the decky. It's the second decky. It's the third deckhand. It's the engineer.
Okay, that's everybody.
It's the third stew.
Captain.
It's the second stew.
You're just listing people on the boat.
It's the stabilizers.
No, those.
It's the swells. By the way, the swells are now the newest cast member.
New
of,
the cats, and I think
of Below Deck.
Stabilizer are going to come back
the
next week.
stabilizer are the villains.
I actually thought this episode, I hope the Stabilizers come back in the beginning. And then when I saw it on next week, I went, yes!
Yeah, next next week we're going to see a beluga whale who attacks the
Who's
ship.
just yeah.
Oh no, Peppy's out there again.
Peppy the beluga.
Storm, get my harpoon.
I bet Captain Sandy has one.
She did work on a whaling vessel.
Oh,
Remember?
she did?
No, I made it up.
Oh, I would believe
You
it.
are the most gullible person alive.
I would believe it.
No, I basically made up a whole backstory. She was on a whaling vessel.
I want to talk about my next teabag we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about Storm's enlarged heart. All you need to know is he had a near-death experience,
Okay,
y'all.
everything we hear a new crazy story about Storm
Every
episode.
Yeah. He was
dead
enlarged
for
heart,
2 minutes.
Dead for 2 minutes, brought back to life. And so that's where he goes. He does everything full force, 100%.
Full
Everything,
force.
Poodoo. Everything.
Everything.
No matter what moment, he's going to
He'd
give you it
rub
all.
his head all in oil and rub it all over my body.
Okay. I don't know which head you're talking about, and I don't want to ask. But I will say,
Both.
except for the Walkie, I don't know if that's his fault yet. We don't know that yet. However, night and day difference of a bosun.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
in the
definitely.
organization between him and Ray Gunn.
Finger. Captain Sandy basically saw that schedule. Just, oh, the schedule. Then she started finger banging herself like it was Mariska
He
Hargitay.
went, yeah. Dun dun. But don't you? What do you think about him being?
Oh, he's
how
great.
He's doing? Just
She'll wind up making him permanent.
the way he's just speaking to the rest of the crew.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that it's just so much more organized. And we knew that she was not doing well, but it just reminds you, I don't know what fucking planet Ray Gun was on.
I don't understand. Again, casting for a show like this is difficult, you guys, because they actually have to be able to have a skill. They have to have a skill set besides just being good TV.
I really stand by what I said.
Except for your third stew. That could be anybody.
That could be anybody.
That could be anyone off the street,
Yeah.
or your third deckhand.
Have we met Magda? But I still stand by kind of what I said in the beginning. Captain Sandy demanded a female bosun.
Yeah, I think
and
you're right.
probably finding a female
during COVID.
But also finding let's just be honest, this doesn't have a lot of like finding a female bosun who has that experience to do it. There's just not many.
No. She was hoping she was Malia the second.
Yeah.
Malia who'd be okay with her longing looks.
No, yeah, that's what
her warm caresses behind her, her puppy breath on her back on her neck,
the smell of her Shalimar. But no,
she wears Brute aftershave.
What's your next tea bag?
I think I'm ready to talk about this now. Let's see. I talked about.
Tucker Bear.
I think. What do you think? No, that's it.
Well, while you're looking, can I just say it's a little bit like a side tea bag. Take Me to Malta.
Yeah.
In that golf cart tour. Holy shit! This is where they film Game of Thrones stuff, right? Because it looks.
Yeah, I think with the walls. Yeah,
it looks like whatever the place where Cersei lives. What town is that?
King's Landing.
Yes, it looks looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it's great.
I bet.
That's like, yeah, it's
wow.
great.
Thanks
who cares
for the excitement
about
that? Yeah. Sorry, it's not Destin, Florida.
I phoned that in.
Wow, what an basic American.
Malta looks gorgeous. I would like to go there. It's no Panama City.
Panama City.
Panama.
I
know. I think that's it. I think I basically said everything I needed to say. I think there's a little bit of there's that little bit of tension between Tosh and Kyle, and him having a problem, and then she tells him that my ex is a straight version of you. Again, y'all, no gay guy wants to hear that.
I will see.
You think it's a compliment, but it's not.
It's actually reductive to someone.
It is. It's very reductive.
Very reductive, and just makes you feel like you're a placeholder in someone's life a little bit. So, or it's also kind of like, I don't love it when people say, this is my gay husband.
No, it's awful.
Now, that said, some of you...
I'm no one's gay husband.
Some of you call us your gays. That's offensive to some people. Again, we say don't say that to a lot of... However, we don't mind that at all.
Right.
When someone says, actually, I think that's sweet. When someone says, oh, I'm listening to my gays. I would say don't tweet that, though, because people will fucking read you for filth. Just say it to yourself.
Now, I think I would have a bigger problem if we were somewhere and someone introduced us, and these are my gays.
Well, I think
like we were in ownership.
Yeah, I think the reason I don't have a problem with it is because these aren't people we see every day in our life, and so that it feels endearing to me when you say it. But I do say don't say that to your other gay friends.
I would do is definitely not say to the gays in your life. I think I would just ask yourself, maybe don't let this tell you to stop doing that, but just have a thought saying, oh, I can understand why people wouldn't like saying that.
Yeah.
I can just now if you think about that and you go, I don't really care. That's fine. At least you've took a consideration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I will say Dave's cake looked gorgeous.
It was a little garish for me. I didn't love that red, but it's too red orange.
Well, now I don't like it now that you said the word garish because it kind of was.
It was garish.
It was
garish.
It was very ornate. I didn't expect that.
Garish. I don't like a garish cake.
Well, now I don't like you'd eat it though.
Yeah, but
red icing would get all in your teeth.
We eat with our eyes.
Yeah,
just like I fuck with my nose.
Yeah, I've. Wow.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't want to ask what that means. someone's smelling underwear, and I'm not here for it. I'm going to say this, though.
It was a turn of phrase.
I've seen you eat cake.
Yeah.
Half the time, you don't even look at it.
No.
You just reach out, grab it with your hands, and close your eyes and eat it.
And I close my eyes.
Y'all think I'm kidding? I've actually seen it.
And I just think this is what the world needs. In that moment, there's no past, there's no future. There is only the present and me eating cake. That's how I feel about just when I'm eating cake.
It's true.
Time stops.
Time stops. I just want to say one thing, kind of what we were talking about, because I think it's important. Kyle tells, again, I think they're leading to eventually we might have a headbutting between Kyle and Natasha, because she was talking about her ex and like all that, how he's like the straight version of you, and Kyle says, "Yeah, I don't think running back to your ex is probably the best thing to do." He tells her that.
I think anyone would say that to her, but I agree with you.
I wouldn't if I was working. I would say, "Oh, whatever makes you happy."
Oh no, I would say, "You think that's the right? You think that's the right guy?"
Not if I was on a ship and I just met you and we had to work together and live in the same place.
I think they're super close. So
yeah, that's a problem too.
I agree.
Anyway, I think that's all I've got.
That's the show.
Y'all, that's the show. If you want cake now, sorry. Again, we've learned we bother people's food issues. But you know why? Because we're dealing with our own food issues.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can, too. We're just trying. Go to Reality Gaze Podcast on our Instagram. That's where you can see our tour dates. Or follow us on TikTok at Reality Gaze. Our Twitter's Reality Gaze Pod. Or our Instagram or our Facebook, our regular free or public Facebook page is Reality Gaze Podcast.
Yep. You can join the Sissy Squad, our private Facebook group.
Yep. We have fun in there, everybody. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Thank you for dropping anchor with us. But until next time,
that sounds like pooping.
I'm going to say it from now on. So
Gross.
Thank you for dropping anchor with us. But until next week, y'all, it's
Anchors again.